vote and shortly before. As House Speaker Mike Johnson alluded to Independence Day tomorrow.
We have squabbles, we have partisan debates and all of this, but at the end of the day, we're all Americans, man. And we gotta believe that. We gotta know it. We gotta recognize that we live in the greatest nation in the history of the world. It's not even close.
He spoke in defense of the tax cut and spending plan Republicans say will help American workers and fire up the economy. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries calls the bill immoral, setting a new record for longest House speech, 8 hours, 44 minutes, to rail against it.
Republicans are trying to take a chainsaw to Social Security, a chainsaw to Medicare, a chainsaw to Medicaid, a chainsaw to the health care of the American people.
Jeffries reading letters from concerned Americans, also highlighting rejected amendments to call attention to other issues, including abortion rights and birthright citizenship. The House vote sends the bill to President Trump, who had set a July 4th deadline and plans to sign it tomorrow. He calls it one of the most consequential bills ever and was personally involved in helping to win support from some holdout Republicans. Homeland Security officials just confirming that Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been arrested for entering the U.S. illegally in 2023 and will be deported. DHS says he's a suspected cartel member with an active arrest warrant in Mexico. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The heat is not done with you. Partly cloudy and 88 degrees in downtown Indy right now. The low tonight, 70. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Temperatures will get into the 90s this weekend all across Indiana.
While it will be hot and humid outside, not seeing those levels fall into like those the dangerous category.
Cody Moore with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there might be some sporadic rainfall, but nothing severe. A woman was arrested and charged after she beat her husband with a baseball bat. Officers arrived on West Memorial Drive near Southport Avenue and South Acorn Street in Muncie. Heather Monroe told officers her husband hit her, but there were not any injuries to be seen. Police say they pointed out injuries on her husband after Monroe hit him, though, and a child was even a witness to this. A fireball was seen lighting up the sky this morning in Hancock County on I-70. John Herrick reports.
It started with a semi, says Public Information Officer Greg Duda with Hancock County 911.
The semi had a mechanical problem, which caught fire, caused a lot of backup.
But that wasn't the only issue.
What ended up happening is as they got that put out, a secondary crash happened behind it, and then on top of that, we had a couple of disabled vehicles behind that as well.
Then people that were stuck in the closure fell asleep in their cars because of how long they had to wait there. Duda says police officers had to go from vehicle to vehicle to wake people up so traffic could get moving again. The closure lasted for several hours. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And an event called the Canal Days Festival is presented by the Wabash and Erie Canal Park. It will be from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon on Saturday in Delphi.
It's going to be a celebration of Indiana's canal heritage, a lot of outdoor experiences, but also some air-conditioned ones as well.
Canal Park's Executive Director Mike Tetrault says there will be a long canal boat and the only navigable section of the longest canal in U.S. history in the state. You will need a ticket for boat rides at the canal, and you can check out the Wabash and Erie Canal Park's website. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
You've got WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570 downtown stopped from the north split to the south split at 8-minute delay because of construction. Crash Fall Creek Parkway at Delaware Street. Crash on the northwest side. This is 96 West Mayflower Park Drive. And a crash on the near east, 21st east of Dearborn Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mainly clear and muggy tonight with lows near 70. For Independence Day, mostly sunny skies, hot and humid with highs in the lower 90s, and will stay into the lower 90s for Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, a few spotty showers and thunderstorms possible into the afternoon. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! I can't remember if it was Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, or Big Nige doing his impression of Donald Trump when describing the big, beautiful bill said, and I quote, "It's big, it's beautiful, and it's a bill." The Hammer and Nigel show. I'm Jason Hammer. Nigel's dead. Jeff Boggs is filling in for Big Nige, and it looks like this thing is going to make its way through, Jeff.
Yeah, who would have guessed last night? You know, people are probably awake at 11:30, and they see the 4 no votes, and I went to sleep. I was like, I mean, I assume Trump will call somebody and start shaking some people, and woke up this morning. It seems like it's fine. Next thing you know, Hakeem Jeffries with the best nickname of all time, Timu Obama.
Timu Obama.
Spoke for what, 8 hours? So something like 8 hours, which is longer than a lot of Taylor Swift's past relationships. 8 hours of speaking. And here we go. It is passed, and now we can all get back to just complaining about it.
That's right. Because it feels like so many people feel like it's got to be all good or all bad. Like, the truth is always in the middle, right? There are some bad things in this, right? There are some pretty crappy things that are in this, but there's some really good things in there too. And it feels like there are certain people, if you try to explain that to them, their head spins around like Beetlejuice.
Right. It's the no until it's perfect. I forget if it was Rand Paul or Massey or somebody, says we got to wait till it's perfect. Well, I don't have to wait till it's perfect. Just give me good for a while and let's work on perfecting it later. But I'm thrilled it passed because this is going to do a lot of good for this country.
Now, Rob Kendall would disagree, host of the Kendall and Casey show, but it feels like the things that I'm in favor of compared to some of the bad things that are in this bill, you weigh out the pros and cons here. I feel okay with it. I'm not in love with it. There are some things I really, really, really don't like, and Rob's made that perfectly clear. But there's some things that I dig, too. I really dig. Would I have liked it to have been different bills? Sure. I would have loved to have seen just a border bill or a just military bill, but that wasn't going to happen. So here we are. To quote the Facts of Life theme song, you take the good, you take them bad, you take them all, and Natalie's fat. I may have those lyrics wrong, but I believe that's how it goes.
Yeah, it's like Bill Parcells would say when he was, he's like, if you're going to ask me to cook the meal, at least let me buy the groceries. This is Trump. This is his vision. Let the guy run with it because a lot of good things are happening in the economy right now, and I'm just going to trust him. I'm not a guy who read a 980-page bill.
Neither are they.
Exactly. So no one does. And Rob Kendall, I'm sure he has great points. There's things about Rob that I love, and there's things about Rob that I don't love. But overall, I'm willing to support the guy. Let's support the bill.
So Rob will be joining us a little bit later on to completely freak out and go off the rails. So if you want Rob's perspective, stick around for that. But go back to this long filibuster that Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, was doing. Did it backfire? Because there was one holdout on the Republicans, a cat from Tennessee, a representative, that changed his mind because of the way that Hakeem Jeffries was acting. And listen, when it comes down to the nitty gritty here, one vote when you've got such a razor thin minority is a big deal.
Did he really? Was that a joke, or did he really? Was he like, you know what? I'm a yay now. Because if that really did change someone's mind, it's probably the worst speech of all time for Democrats, at least. But yeah, listen, no one today was more impressed with Hakeem Jeffries than Hakeem Jeffries. He looked so smug up there. This is obviously him running for Speaker of the House should they ever win an election again. But
Rand Paul thought, boy, that guy's really just in it for himself right there.
Right. Yeah, no, there was a lot of bad vibes, I think, during the speech. And then I love how they shot it too. Did you see the wide shot of the floor? Nobody's there for the most part of it, but the way they shot it, it looked like it was packed behind them because of those 11 people who kept clapping.
Right.
But
it's what the football networks do when they have a crappy Thursday night game between the Titans and the Jags. They make sure they have that lower bowl full. Wow, these fans really love football. Meanwhile, the upper deck is empty.
Right. That's how IU's football stadium used to be all the time. We used to have to shoot it almost like it was a high school game.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know. Listen, what does any of it matter? The bill passed. Let's move on.
Another big headline today, the jobs report came out. 110,000 was the expectation. The actual number, 147,000. Jeff, unemployment rate. It was expected to be at 4.3%. It was actually 4.1%. And the best part about all this, right, this is really the only number that matters. Wages and real wages up 3.7%, exceeding inflation. That's the key there. Real wages and wages exceeding inflation.
And you know who really loves that news? People who vote. People who this actually affects. You know, we can talk about, Elon can talk about, we need to go to Mars in 20 years and those kind of things that very rich people care about.
Right.
Man, if your wages are going up compared to what was going on the last 4 years, this is pretty exciting. And I think this is going to be reflected, hopefully, in future elections, because at the end of the day, you're sick of paying high gas prices. You're sick of not being able to afford, the things that at least you used to be able to afford. So all of this is great news. Will it get revised down in a couple months? Maybe. But it sure seems like the arrow is pointing up. And the people who do this for a living, who do the stock market, they're sure betting on it.
Steve Cortez is an economy expert, and he said there's some bad news along with the good news, though. Like, okay, numbers are great, but the rise of AI, just like in the 90s, the rise of the internet, it's taking away some jobs. Take a listen.
The ADP forecast and the government statistics don't always match up exactly over a long period of time. They generally do, but this is cause for concern. Now, is this the fault of President Trump? Not remotely. This is about AI, and I think that is very clear that AI is already starting to massively eliminate white-collar jobs in particular. It is a very troubling trend for several years now. We might call it a secular trend. Okay, now let's connect this to immigration, and the War Room does this better than anybody, connecting the dots between issues which may not initially seem to be all that linked, but are actually inextricably linked. So the power of AI can absolutely be the jet fuel that allows productivity to soar in this country and allows this big bet on growth, which is what this triple B bill really is. It is a massive bet on growth. For it to work, AI is going to have to be a key component to seeing the kinds of productivity gains that we can get.
So the good news, you need AI to keep growing with the times. The bad news is some white-collar jobs may be sacrificed along the way.
I don't think people, one of the biggest industries that'll be hit by AI is Hollywood. If you look at what people are doing online in 20 minutes, just what Hammer can do with his tools to do AI videos, I mean, it's going to kill a lot of those jobs. Not sure it's a bad thing anymore because of what was coming out of Hollywood. But yeah, it's something to keep an eye on. I don't have my arms around exactly how AI is going to affect every facet of our lives moving forward. But yeah, it's something we got to think about. My mom had a great point. My mother told me, remember in the Bible, the Tower of Babel, how God finally said, you know what, enough. I'm going to give everyone different languages. She's worried that AI is going to become that, where we're just going to get to the point where it's like, wow, this is out of control.
That's pretty deep.
It was great. She's brilliant.
That's a fantastic take from Mama Boggs right there. Here now to share his thoughts on the rise of AI is AI Mayor Joe Hogsett.
Look, a lot of people think I may have a drinking problem. A lot of people think I may have been in a rehab facility during the riots.
Sure.
A lot of people think I may have known about the sexual harassment scandal in my office. A lot of people think I may have actually taken part in the sexual harassment scandal in my office. And maybe those are all reasons why my wife left me, and I didn't do anything harsh to my partner in crime, Thomas Carl Cook. And you know what?
What?
I forgot what I was going to say.
AI Joe Hogsett discussing what we learned today in the jobs report, Jeff. It's a big day. We are celebrating around here. We're feeling patriotic. It's almost America's birthday. And if you're wondering how we got to this point, here to break it all down, Jeff Spicoli.
What Jefferson was saying was, hey, we left this England place because it was bogus. So if we don't get some cool rules ourselves, pronto, we'll just be bogus too. Yeah?
We'll just be bogus too. The smartest thing Jeff Spicoli ever said on Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Can we point out really quick, Hammer is clad right now in a head-to-toe American flag outfit. It's a suit coat, it's a T-shirt, and it's a headband. We just talked for 15 minutes, and I'm acting like it's normal, but your outfit is absolutely the most American thing I've seen today.
Thank you very much. You can check it out on the YouTube stream. And before we hit a break, you used to be a writer for Letterman. Were you a part of the series called Great Moments in Presidential Speeches?
No, I mean, I remember that. Mine was Great Moments in History According to a Dumb Guy.
Okay.
That was me.
Okay. I don't have any of those, but I was trying to make you comfortable. I see you have your Late Show T-shirt on today.
Yep.
So we're going to do our version, since it's almost Independence Day, of Great Moments in Presidential Speeches.
Great moments in presidential speeches.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Great moments in presidential
There it is.
speeches.
Wow. The only way I could feel more patriotic is if I squat down and gave birth to a baby bald eagle. Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, fellas, looking downtown, southbound 65, 70 jammed. North split to the south split delayed 6 minutes. Also, east side, southbound 465 slow from 70 to Washington. Northeast side, inbound 69 slow, 106th Street, 282nd. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Save on top brands like Electrolux, Frigidaire, and more during the red, white, and blue sale at Grand Appliance. Visit grandappliance.com or your local Grand today. That's grandappliance.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 89 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And up next, you know her, you love her, she saves you money, the crazy, out-of-her-mind coupon lady, Crystal Hammer. She's got your 4th of July cookout savings next.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1225. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1225. That's 800-777-1225. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
At Kingdom Roofing Systems, they do more than just roofing. They believe in honoring those who've served. Kingdom Roofing Systems proudly participates in the Roof Deployment Project, which provides a brand new roof to a deserving U.S. veteran or active duty service member, absolutely free. You can help give back to those who have given so much. If you or someone you know has served, owns their home, and is in need of a new roof, apply today at kingdomroofingsystems.com/RDP. Kingdom Roofing Systems, building roofs, honoring heroes.
July 4th, rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air. God, I love this country. Happy 4th of July.
Made in America.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, yeah. We're celebrating the 4th of July. We got fireworks, and we're about to get food. The crazy coupon lady, Crystal Hammer, joining us with ways to have a great 4th of July weekend cookout, but not break the bank. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm awesome. And first of all, it's rare that you're not yelling at me. So thank you for actually coming on the show and not being a colossal pain in the ass.
Oh, I'm sure I have plenty to yell at you for tonight. So, and probably tomorrow too, with you and all these fireworks you're going to be letting off.
Listen, nobody does a better backyard fireworks show than I do. Even you have to admit that.
That is true. Until, the fireworks, fall over and then you're shooting them right at, all the kids and everything that are in our yard.
That has only happened like one time.
That is true. And what I love about that is Chris even had a kid that was one of his buddies sitting there with a Pepsi in his hand, and he didn't move. Everybody else took off running. He just held up his Pepsi and said if he was going to die, he was going to tell St. Peter at the pearly gates that he was at the Hammers 4th of July festival or firework show in the backyard.
Damn right. And it should be a festival, right? We need to start booking bands and charging admission for the chaos that we have in the backyard.
I agree.
Now, go back a couple years ago. Who was the crazy lunatic neighbor that I had to yell at?
Oh, the crazy cat lady.
Yes. The coupon lady and the cat lady all in the same neighborhood.
Yes, I forget her name. She was the one who came outside and yelled at you and said who was going to clean up all this stuff in her yard, and you looked at her and go, you.
That's the clean radio version, but yes, that's kind of how that went down. And now this is like a total savvy parents move because our son is our neighbor now, and he lives next door to us. We kind of tricked him into hosting the big backyard fireworks extravaganza now because we make him clean it up.
Yeah, he thinks it's fun because he decorates the backyard, and sets everything up and, has all his buddies over. But the great thing is all I do is come over and cook the stuff on the grill and let off the fireworks, and then I leave, and he has to clean everything up.
Right.
Yep, I love it.
We
it's
eat,
great.
We blow stuff up, and then he's left with the mess. That's a savvy parent move right there.
I agree. I love it.
All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here, little lady. If somebody is wanting an awesome backyard cookout, whether it's tonight, whether it's tomorrow, or maybe even Saturday, how can we save some money?
Okay, so again, I'm going to my store that I like, Kroger, and I will let you know that some of these items that I have on here, it is on a 3-day sale, meaning it is only on sale for Wednesday through Friday. So you have to do this by July 4th, okay?
Okay.
The first one is Nigel's favorite. It's the 12 packs of Pepsi products, Coke's products. They're buy two, get three free. So you're going to buy two of your, Pepsi products. And what's great about this, there's a limit of 10, so you can get a wide variety of different drinks for your party. But for our family, I'm going to get all 10. But you're basically buying two, and you're getting 3 of those 12 packs for free.
That's great. That's awesome. Okay.
And then the other one that's part of the 3-day sale is the chips and dips. That's your Fritos, your Ruffles, Doritos, Tostinos dips. They also are buy two, get 3 free. So for our, family, I'm actually just going to get about 3 bags of chips and a couple of dips.
Okay.
To go with it. But again, that's part of that sale, so you have to do that by July 4th.
Okay, so we've got the drinks, we've got chips and dip. What else?
We also, what I'm going to cook out for my family is the Johnsonville smoked sausage links. Basically, they have all kinds. You have the turkey cheddar, but I'm going to get the stadium brats is what I'm going to get. They normally run you about $4.99 a package. Well, they're on sale for $3.99, but with your Kroger card, and I must stress that you have to have a Kroger card or a Kroger account, there is a weekly digital deal coupon that you can clip, making them only $2.99 a package. So, and they are a limit of 5. So I'm going to get all 5 of those, because even if we don't cook them out, I'm going to freeze a couple for another day.
Yeah, we eat a lot of brats here in the Hammer House. Now, when you say clip that digital coupon, that's not just showing your Kroger card and scanning it. That's something else, right?
That is, you actually physically either have to go to the mobile app or the website and actually clip a coupon in order to get that sale. It's not just showing them your Kroger card. Now, you still have to show them your Kroger card when you get to the store. But, yeah, you have to physically clip the coupon on either their website or on the mobile app.
So you need your Kroger card and to download the Kroger app.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if you don't like brats, Oscar Mayer hot dogs, they're normally $5.49 a package. They're on sale for $4.99. There's also a weekly digital coupon for $2.99 a package. But to me, if I'm going to go the hot dog kind of brat, route, and I'm going to pay $2.99, I'm going to go with the Johnsonville smoked stadium brats. That's where I'm going to go, because to me that's more bang for my buck. I do know you can get the Bar S hot dogs like for really cheap, but I'll be honest with you, I just, my personal preference is I don't care for them.
Okay. All right. So we got the hot dogs, we got the chips, we got the dips, we got the drinks.
So we have to have a few, things that are, kind of healthy. So, again, it's summertime, so we're going to go with the watermelon. The whole seedless watermelon is normally $5.99. Clip that weekly digital coupon. You're going to get that for $2.99. And the 4-pack of corn on the cob normally is $4.99. Clip that weekly digital coupon, and it's going to be $1.99. So I'm going to get at least 1 watermelon and 2 packs of corn on the cob. And then to round everything up, obviously, I need hot dog buns to go with my brats, and they are going to run you 2 packages for $3. They're $1.50 each.
Okay, so if you put all this together, if you're making one trip to the grocery store to get ready for this big cookout extravaganza, recap what you got and what it's going to cost.
This is what I would get. I would get 10 of those 12 packs of drinks, and I'm going to get a wide variety. I'm going to get 3 bags of chips and 2 jars of dips. I'm going to get 5 packages of Johnsonville brats, 1 watermelon, 2 packs of corn on the cob, and 2 packs of hot dog buns. Without coupons or the weekly digital deals or the sale prices, you're going to pay at least $182 for all that. But with all those coupons, the weekly digital deals, and the sales, you're only going to pay $80.
Boom! Less than $100 for all of that.
Yes.
That's awesome. And I do love it when you say dill and your inner hillbilly comes out. It kind of turns me on a little bit.
Did I say it this time? Dang it.
A couple times.
Try not to.
Couple times. It's expected at this point.
Dang it. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help it. That's just me.
All right.
You either love me or you hate me.
And I've been on both sides of that, trust me. All right, the Crazy Coupon Lady, we appreciate you.
All right, thanks, guys.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Has your house become a burden? why not sell to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Looking for a cozy spot to relax, work, or grab your coffee to go? LC Coffee House in Noblesville, Indiana has you covered. Try our indulgent affogato, a sweet blend of espresso and ice cream. Or sample our coffee flights to discover your perfect brew. In a rush, our drive-thru is ready to serve you fast and fresh. Need a space to collaborate? We offer meeting rooms perfect for co-working. Whether you're grabbing a quick drink or spending the day with us, LC Coffee House is the place to be.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory on West Minnesota Street. The best dealers in the region, hundreds of tables, just $6 for adults, kids 12 and under free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory. For more info, visit centralindianagunshows.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The next chapter for the big, beautiful bill. Mostly cloudy and still 88 degrees here in downtown Indy. The low tonight now 69. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:32. The House just passed President Trump's big spending bill today, and it was sent to his desk, which was the day before his own Friday deadline.
On this vote, the yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he predicted great things for the country. 2 Republicans voted against it, and they are Thomas Massie of Kentucky and Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania. The vote itself was a whole ordeal. There were hours of delays. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries from New York totally broke the magic minute record by talking for over 8 hours as he was opposed to the bill. All competitors weighed in at Hudson Yards in New York for this year's Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Joey Chestnut, the hot dog eating legend, is back. He sat out last year because of a disagreement with Major League Eating over his sponsorship with Impossible Foods, but he is totally over it now, even calling the Nathan's competition his Indy 500. Chestnut weighed in at 238 pounds, and he wants to win back the mustard belt from Patrick Bertoletti, who won the title last year by downing 58 hot dogs. And Chestnut is planning to beat that record of 62, which he set back 2 years ago. It's not every day that you hear road rage and Arby's in the same story. Johnette Cruz reports.
In Clark County, Wednesday, driver Nathaniel Richard Long of Lima, Ohio, fled the scene of an accident after he hit a semi-tractor trailer, was weaving in and out of traffic as police tried to pursue him. He eventually stopped at an interesting place.
It initially started to stop in the middle of the roadway, actually, on the interstate, but then quickly took off again and fled. The vehicle quickly exited, actually went into the drive-through lane of the Arby's restaurant at a truck stop.
That's Sergeant Kerry Holes with Indiana State Police. Long was then booked into the Clark County Jail on OWI, resisting law enforcement along with other charges. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And you're paying an average of $3.16 a gallon of gas today, says GasBuddy.com. That is down 10 cents from last week, up 10 cents from last month, and it is the same as the national average. The cheapest gas is in Chesterfield at $2.63, which requires cash only. If you prefer to pay with card, you can check out gas stations in Evansville, where a couple of them are at $2.67 a gallon. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:34.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You've got WIBC traffic at 335. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Looking at crashes on the south side, eastbound 465 before I-65 crash blocking the right lane, slowing us past to US 31, and then a crash just reported. This is Madison Avenue at Stomp 11 Road, still on the south side. Northbound 65 slows after Southport Road to 465 because of construction, and then we slow again Raymond Street into the south split. Downtown, southbound 65-70 delayed 6 minutes from the north split to the south split because of construction. East side, southbound 465 stop and go from 70 down to Washington, and an east side crash east 25th Street at Post Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
A warm and mostly clear Thursday night is ahead with lows around 70. Then we're in for a hot and a little bit of a humid 4th of July for Friday with highs in the low 90s under mostly to partly sunny skies and a light breeze. I'm Wish TV Storm Track A meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Fireworks! Hey, fireworks! Pull over, there's fireworks!
No, we're not pulling over for fireworks. Sorry.
What? It's 4th of July weekend. Pull over!
No, absolutely not.
Fireworks! 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 Fireworks!
Okay, enough! You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I'm not going to lie, I love 4th of July weekend. I'm Jason Hammer. Jeff Boggs is in for Big Nige. Coming up here in just a moment, the annual playing of Back It Up Terry, Fireworks Terry. It is my favorite 4th of July tradition. Much like on St. Patrick's Day, you have to hear the story of the Alabama leprechaun. Every 3rd or 4th of July, since we're all off work tomorrow, this is kind of our 4th of July show here. It's become a staple. So that's coming up here in just a couple of moments. So please do not go anywhere. But Jeff, you were driving in today and you sent me a text, and I thought this was really interesting. You saw a few tent villages being popped up. Now, you have lived in New York. You have lived in Los Angeles as a writer. Those are very large cities. But was this the first time you saw tent villages like for homeless in Indy?
A little bit. It was interesting because I also read about it yesterday or something. Indy Reporter had a story about this. The Fountain Square neighborhood, they were mentioning there's like 20, 30 tents suddenly popping up. And that's a red flag to me because coming from LA, living there for a couple decades, I really did see how it started. And then when I left, how it was ending. And it's horrible. If you start to let that happen, if Indy is going to be like, okay, well, maybe just Fountain Square, maybe 20, maybe 25 tents, what harm can it do? I'm telling you, they're going to start popping up everywhere. You're going to see them on all 4 corners of the city. You're going to see them at Castleton Square, at Lafayette. And it is something that you can't stop. It's like, I'm not dehumanizing the people, but it's like a zombie movie. Once it starts, it's just going to multiply. And what happened in LA, it used to be contained to Skid Row downtown, a very famous 10 square block district. Okay, it's downtown LA. Don't go there. You're safe. And then about 10 years ago, they started popping up in North Hollywood and then on Hollywood and then on Sunset Boulevard, and you can't get rid of them. Once they start, you can't get rid of them. Case in point, right outside of my apartment building. 2 years ago, a row of tents went up. And I didn't live in a rich building, but it was a nice place. All of a sudden, there's a row of 3 tents. And you walk downstairs and walk in my dog, and it's like, wow, that's kind of weird. Hopefully somebody will come and say, you can't live on the street in a tent. Nobody did. And we asked the property about it, and they said there's nothing we can do. The police officers said there's absolutely nothing we can do. A couple months later, one of the people in the tent got stabbed to death. And then there's yellow tape all around your building, and the cops are there, and the news is there. Could this murder have been prevented? It could have been by not letting them live in tents on the street.
Okay, so what's your response? Because I get this stuff too when I talk about the things that I see on Monument Circle or in back alleys around here. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. I know there are people that have no places to live. They're under bridges. They're sleeping on the streets. I feel for them. But what do you say to people when they try to give you crap for saying, look, we can't have tent cities?
Well, I mean, number one, you have to have programs and places for them to go. I know in Los Angeles, the big problem with some of these houses, halfway houses or anything, you're not allowed to do drugs in there. And you also can't, do other adult things while you're there because some of them have families in them. For that reason alone, a lot of homeless people are like, I'd rather just be on the street. I'd rather just be out here. We did a thing with my church out in North Hollywood. We actually did a homeless outreach to go really talk to the people. Instead of just commenting on it, to go hang out and talk to them. Fascinating. We went to Hollywood, talked to some real people, talked to one woman who was 30 and she was pregnant. And the question did come up about, why are you doing this? Do you have family anywhere? And she had a sister in San Diego. And at the end of the day, she goes, I just like living in Hollywood. She goes, it's exciting. This is the place to be. And it kind of builds a community. When more people are there on the street, homeless, it builds a community. For Indianapolis, man, this seems like a dangerous point right here. When you see a tent or you hear about somewhere like Fountain Square having 20 tents, and it's not out of sight, out of mind. This will spread quickly, and our government leaders and the police really need to get on it.
And I know there are places where they can get help. Now, I don't know what the capacity issues are. The Wheeler Mission, I don't know if they're full, if they need more room. I know the Salvation Army, who we raise a lot of money for every holiday season. They're doing God's work, helping out anybody that comes through that needs help, whether they're homeless, addicted to drugs, victims of domestic abuse, things like that. Perhaps this is something that, yes, we need to build more jails. I've always said this. Maybe you can be tougher on repeat offenders if you have more places to put these people, but you also got to find a place to put your homeless. And again, I understand being down on your luck. I've been fortunate in my life. Jeff, I think you have. Allison has. Like, if we've fallen, we've had somebody to help us back up. Not everybody's that fortunate, but there has to be places where they can go, and local government has to make sure those people understand your options are going to get help, which may be covered, may be free from the city, or going to jail because you can't sleep out here on the street.
Right. And when you talk about things that were, the big, beautiful bill, I'm excited because a lot of the things our tax dollars are going to go to now make sense to me. Like, they're not going to these crazy programs that make no sense to me. This is something, I think, for taxpayers. Okay, here's where your money's going. We're going to build more of these houses. We're going to get people off the street. But then you have to also say the law has to be you can't live in a tent on the street. It just has, you can't fix everything. But if you start allowing that, it's not going to stop.
So listen, we could talk more and more about the homeless in this city, and maybe at another time we can dive into that. But I think a lot of people are feeling patriotic. I think a lot of people want to have fun the next couple of days, Jeff. So what we need to pivot back into the direction of having a good time for Independence Day weekend is another great moment in presidential speeches.
Great moments in presidential speeches.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Get ready, Val. You're going in for a problem.
Great moments in presidential speeches.
Get ready, Bal. You're going to in for a problem. And from the people who brought you great moments in presidential speeches, all throughout the afternoon, we're bringing you great moments in fireworks history.
Ooh.
You a fireworks guy, Jeff?
I love fireworks. Who doesn't?
I am a borderline pyro. I probably have a problem. We're going to have a big, massive show in our backyard tomorrow. But great moments in fireworks history. The moment in The Simpsons where Homer was trying to be cool and buy the illegal fireworks from the Quickie Mart.
I bet this place sells illegal fireworks. Just go in and act casual like you buy them all the time. Hi, let me have one of those porno magazines, large box of condoms, a bottle of Old Harper, a couple of those panty shields, and some illegal fireworks, and one of those disposable enemas.
Not to be outdone, the makers of Family Guy, who often get accused of stealing ideas from The Simpsons, had a similar situation with Glenn Quagmire.
Guess what? I smuggled a whole bunch of fireworks back in my anus.
Fireworks aren't illegal here. You could have just put them in your car and driven them up here.
Oh, yeah, that's just as fun.
And last but not least, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Here's the situation. There's a gentleman in a wheelchair. It's one of those wheelchairs that's motorized. Has to have the battery charged up to work, though. His name is Terry. They thought it would be a good idea, they being his buddies, to let Terry light the big, scary, dangerous fireworks out in the street. So he does that. But then his wheelchair stops working, and all hell breaks loose.
Hey, hold on. Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord. Lord, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. What you doing, Terry? Terry, what you doing?
There it is.
Nice.
Great moments in fireworks history.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X5 Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Pat Sullivan here with exciting news from my friends at Hope Plumbing, now known as Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Hope now offers plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, bringing total comfort to your home. No more dealing with multiple home service memberships. For only $8 a month, Hope is now your one-stop for safety and maintenance inspections and so much more. Make sure you're prepared for those Indiana summer heat waves with an AC tune-up by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick. Destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. And Saturday, August 2nd at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life.
Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
You'll be one smart cookie when you try Bluebell Cookie Cake Ice Cream. A sweet cream ice cream loaded with chocolate chip cookie cake pieces and swirls of chocolate and vanilla icing. This cookie cake ice cream really takes the cake.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Politics, punchlines, and pure WIBC. The Mashup Podcast pulls the day's best moments from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, and drops them in one place. New episodes each weekday. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, we've got tickets to go see the Dave Matthews Band, the DMB, July 11th. It's coming up quickly. 2 tickets are on the line, so I need caller number 9 right now. 239-9393. We'll play a fun little game, but caller number 9, we need you now for the Dave Matthews tickets. 239-9393, Matt Bear.
All right, Hammer, south side crash, eastbound 465 before 65. Right lane is blocked. Traffic jam, the Bluff, 12-minute delay. Inbound 65 slows around west. Southbound 65, 70 construction delay taking us from the north split to the south split, adding 6 minutes to our travel time. East side, southbound 465, stop and go from 70 to Washington, drags down to 74. And a crash on the east side, 25th post. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We've got sunshine 87 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and it's time to play DMB or AOC.
Hello, this is Dave Matthews.
And now, time to play DMB.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Dave Matthews Band.
Or AOC.
To make sure that we take back all 3 chambers of government, the presidency, the Senate, and the House.
DMB or AOC on the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yes, dummy.
Ow.
What a great prize. Tickets to see the Dave Matthews Band coming up next week. Lachelle happened to be caller number 9. Lachelle, how the heck are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Great. All right, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to give you a fact or a statement about someone. It will either be a fact or statement about the Dave Matthews Band or Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, better known as AOC. Get 2 out of 3, we're going to give you the tickets, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. DMB or AOC compared climate change to World War II.
AOC.
AOC is correct. All right. Get one more, and we're going to have a little party here. DMB or AOC once said, and I quote, "He wakes up in the morning, does his teeth, bite to eat, and he's rolling."
DMB.
Yes, there we go. Woo! I almost did the impression. He wakes up in the morning. Lachelle, right on. Congratulations. You have got 2 tickets to go to the show. And as always, since you won the tickets, whoever you go with, they have to drive.
Perfect.
Stay on the line, and Allison will take care of you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Jeff, you sent me a story today that I had not seen yet, but I'm fascinated by it. Walk me through what we're about to listen to.
Well, I don't really know how to walk you through it. Somebody claims that there was a UFO in some city across America, and people had very interesting reactions to it. Much like, if you remember, the Alabama leprechaun.
Correct.
And it has shades of Back It Up Terry, I think. I think this is a possible rival to all of those. It's that good.
So this is the audio of what it sounds like when people in, let's call it what it is, a predominantly urban neighborhood, see what they believe is a UFO.
Yes.
Two-Piece, it's a UFO for real. Look at the UFO, bitch. No, we not making this up. Look at her, she gonna put It's a UFO for real, y'all. That is crazy. Y'all, that's crazy. It's a UFO for real, y'all. I promise y'all. Look, we got all these street lights. There ain't no damn street light. My uncle talking about that street light.
There ain't no damn street light.
That ain't no street light, bro. That's a UFO. No, that's not. This a fucking street light right here. This the fucking street light. That ain't no fucking street light.
I mean, that's
narrator. It was a street light.
It turned out to be a street light.
Yes.
Which there may have been some overreaction, but if someone hasn't already cut that into a song, you know, if there's not a mix of that's a dance hit right there.
It is. Wow. That is strong piece of audio right there. And listen, if anybody has a problem, oh, you're laughing at the people in the urban community. Had it been a group full of hillbillies from Martinsville, Indiana, would have been just as funny.
We laugh at King of the Hill.
Right. Absolutely. So, yeah, that was pretty strong. And yes, it was a street light. Now, we're trying to figure out what city that's in. Somebody in the comments said St. Louis.
Because of the, that's up in her.
The way Nelly used to say it. I don't know. But that's a fantastic piece of audio. The video, which you can find on Twitter, YouTube, anywhere, also top notch. Do not go anywhere. We are having a good time here. It is our 4th of July extravaganza on the 3rd of July here at the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
I'm a grandson, a son. I'm an employee and a mentor. I'm a father to 2 beautiful kids and a husband to an amazing wife. And I have a substance use disorder. In other words, I'm living in recovery with an addiction. And now that you know, will you let it change how you see me? It's okay to see my addiction, but I want you to know it's people choosing to see me as a person that changed my life.
See the person, not just their disease. Learn more at seebeyondtheaddiction.org.
At Kingdom Roofing Systems, they do more than just roofing. They believe in honoring those who've served. Kingdom Roofing Systems proudly participates in the Roof Deployment Project, which provides a brand new roof to a deserving U.S. veteran or active duty service member, absolutely free. You can help give back to those who have given so much. If you or someone you know has served, owns their home, and is in need of a new roof, apply today at kingdomroofingsystems.com/RDP. Kingdom Roofing Systems, building roofs, honoring heroes.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust, like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes, that is all coming up from the Technology Recycler Studios. Why the heat will not be done with you here across the state. There's some ridiculous behavior going on at a church, and there's also something going on that has not been the same for WNBA basketball. You'll hear about all of this right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
This is a Fox News alert. They got it over the finish line. I'm Lisa Brady.
I believed in this vision. I believed in the group. I believe in America.
The House Speaker relieved after final passage of a bill President Trump has pushed hard for, and Democrats didn't have the votes to stop.
Before a vote on the One Big Beautiful Bill, House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries gave one big speech.
Shame on this institution if this bill passes. That's not America. We're better than this.
The Democratic leader took the floor before dawn, speaking for nearly 9 hours before House Speaker Mike Johnson made his final pitch.
We are ready now. We are going to deliver what we were sent here to do, and every American will benefit from it.
Just 2 Republicans voted against the sweeping tax and spending plan that President Trump urged lawmakers to get to his desk before Independence Day.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, a signing ceremony planned for tomorrow. Former President Biden calls the bill reckless and cruel, just posting on X that working people deserve better. President Trump insisting it will strengthen Medicaid while extending the 2017 tax cuts. He'll be in Iowa tonight with an event at the State Fair to kick off a year-long countdown to America's 250th birthday. Millions of Americans are also on the move celebrating this Independence Day.
The total number of travelers for the holiday, an all-time record, says AAA, 72.2 million, and that's up double digits since before the pandemic. So we are back in a big way. 61 million of those by car, another 6 million almost in the air, and that's an all-time record as well. And then there are folks that are cruising or on buses or on trains. The cruising is very big, says the folks at AAA.
Fox Business's Jeff Flock. Stormy weather impacting some travel. FlightAware reporting more than 4,000 flight delays. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What you got in the forecast. You've got mostly cloudy skies and 88 degrees as of now in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. The heat will probably be noticeable to you no matter where you are in Indiana over the next few days.
It's just not going to be as bad as it was in June. I'm John Herrick. That was the message on Thursday morning from Cody Moore at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
So our dew points, instead of being in the mid-70s, are probably going to be in the upper 60s, lower 70s, and then the feels like temperature, the heat index, those are going to stay in the mid-90s to around 100 degrees rather than being well over 100.
So even though it won't feel as oppressive, he says you'll still need to be staying hydrated and taking good care of yourself, especially if you have a medical condition that the heat can make worse. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
During a recent sermon titled Pray the Gay Away inside the Sure Foundation Baptist Church on the northwest side of Indianapolis, church leader Stephen Falco told Wish TV,
"There's nothing good to be proud about. Being a you want to blow yourself in the back of the head. You're so disgusting."
Falco made his comments at the church's men's preaching night. In an email statement from the church, they said Falco is only calling for the death penalty and suicide for the actual people. The Indiana Fever are once again going to be without their top player for a game. Caitlin Clark will miss her 4th straight contest as she continues to recover from a left injury. Head coach Stephanie White.
I don't want this to be something that lingers, that we come back too soon. We want to make sure that she is 100% ready to go and that we put her long-term health and wellness as at the forefront.
The Fever are coming from a Commissioner's Cup championship win against the Minnesota Lynx on Tuesday. Indiana has won 3 of its last 4 games games and will host the Las Vegas Aces tonight in Indianapolis. Indy's largest food festival, Taste of Indy, features the best restaurants, bars, and breweries.
We'll be at White River State Park, and we'll be on the lawn at White River, and we'll also take up the entirety of the bridge. It is going to be a flavorful experience for the entire family.
Jonathan Warren is from Chef Dan's Southern Comfort Food Truck in Indianapolis. He says there will be different types of vendors, and there will even be entertainment, including music for children. Gates open Saturday from 9 in the morning to 11 at night, and you can get your tickets on Taste of Indy's website. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
You'll be one smart cookie when you try Bluebell Cookie Cake Ice Cream. A sweet cream ice cream loaded with chocolate chip cookie cake pieces and swirls of chocolate and vanilla icing. This cookie cake ice cream really takes the cake.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at Needler's Fresh Markets and Walgreens.
With traffic at 4:05, here's Matt Bear.
Southside crash eastbound 465 at I-65, blocking two right lanes, causing stop traffic to Harding Street, State Road 37, and right now our delays at 17 minutes. Downtown, southbound 65, 70 stop, north split to the south split for a 7-minute delay. That's construction. On the east side, the exit ramp from northbound 465 to eastbound 70 is stopped. Southbound 465 stop and go from 70 down to 74. Then on the northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go on the exit to northbound 65. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Expect a warmer, mostly clear Thursday night with lows around the 70-degree mark. This leads sway to a hot and a little bit of a humid 4th of July on Friday under mostly to partly sunny skies and a light breeze out of the south. High temperatures overall will rise into the low 90s by the afternoon hours. For the downtown fireworks in Indianapolis, temperatures will fall to around the low 80s by 10:15 p.m. tomorrow night. The heat and humidity lingers on into Saturday with highs in the low 90s once again. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Happy 4th of July Eve, everybody. Remember, please put out a can of Budweiser and some charcoal under your chimney tonight so Kid Rock will come down and bring you some fireworks tomorrow. My name is Jason Hammer. Jeff Boggs is in for Nige, and more firework fun coming up in just a little bit. But yesterday, this was a huge day in the world of crime, punishment, all things legal stuff. The Idaho thing pisses me off. This lunatic in Idaho that is not going to get the death penalty when it sounds like all the families want him to get it. All of the evidence pointing to this guy, that frustrates me. And then there's the Diddy stuff. And Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, you once asked to go to a Diddy party.
Well, I mean, that's a weird that's a weird way to get into it. But yes, there was a time where myself and Tom Green, comedian Tom Green, were sitting with P. Diddy.
Yes.
And he invited Tom to one of his parties. And then I said, Diddy, can I go? And he looked at me and he goes, no, man.
The same answer Nigel got when he wanted to pick.
Right.
Exactly. And this was well before you knew what was kind of taking place at some of these Diddy parties, right? This was before we knew, like, there was, cases of lube being dropped off by the pallet at Casa de Diddy.
Yes, way before that. I thought maybe they'd play Parcheesi and eat snacks. So,
where are the feminists at? Where are the believe all women people at? Now, I've never believed that because a lot of women are full of crap, and my wife will be the first person to tell you that. But where are these people?
Yeah, remember, was it like 9 years ago where all these female celebrities are marching around with vaginas on their head? And they're saying, you know, me too, and
literally
literal
hats.
vaginas on their head, and grown women and men were writing letters to their daughters about what do we tell them about Donald Trump being president. People were very upset, you know, about sexual assault back then.
Parents who all voted for Clinton,
sure,
all of a sudden had a problem with Donald Trump.
Right, exactly. I just don't see any female celebrities. I don't see the outrage. And you can argue, I see a lot of people online who are like, well, hold on a second. Those people, you know, they were okay with what was happening. Or whatever your opinion is on it, I saw a video of P. Diddy assaulting a woman in a hotel hallway.
Right.
Worse than the Ray Rice video.
That has nothing to do with the parties, right? Everybody focuses on the parties, the freak-offs, but the video you're talking about is him beating a woman senseless in like a hotel elevator.
Yeah, Cassie, his ex-girlfriend. And so where is that outrage? And you just have to wonder. We all know by now the Me Too movement is dead. When it turned out that most of them were Democrats or liberals or the Hollywood elite, that's when it died. But my goodness, to not have a united front of female activists going all in against P. Diddy at this point is disgusting.
What do you think we would see from these same type of people if that were Kid Rock or John Rich?
Yeah, exactly. If it was them, I mean, you know, and those guys are, you know, Kid Rock's a household name too. So I assume there would be marches and whatnot, but it's really disgusting. One more thing on this, I was thinking about this yesterday. You know, with Bill Cosby and OJ and P. Diddy all kind of getting off, you almost have to feel like R. Kelly's sitting there going, what the heck are my lawyers doing?
Right.
How am I sitting in a prison cell right now when what I did is just as bad as those three, but they're all out, you know, except for OJ, he's in hell. But they're all, you know, how does a jury come to this decision? I don't understand anything anymore because just from what little I know, I did not follow this. I did not sit there like, you know, every possible piece of information. But you got to be kidding me that he's not going to go to prison for at least 20 years, maybe?
Yeah, and you look at the common denominator of the biggest sex trafficking scandals we've had in this country, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and I consider that one, and P. Diddy. And the common thread here is that the prosecutor, the Fed, is leaking lying James Comey's daughter. So why, again, when it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell, why would the prosecution seal up the Epstein list? What are you trying to hide? And in this case, sounded like Diddy was willing to sing. Like he was willing to do whatever it took to get out of jail, but he didn't have to. Again, I wasn't there, no cameras in the courtrooms, but leaking lying James Comey's daughter, who I'm sure probably knows some famous people, was the centerpiece of all of this.
Yeah, that's what's so gross about this is, you know, that of all people, P. Diddy, I'm sure, kept evidence. And you just have to look at the pictures. If it was there, some of the biggest names in entertainment, Jay-Z, you know, John Legend and his horrible wife, all of these people, Justin Bieber, all of these people.
LeBron James,
they attended these parties. And it's very odd that it all happened so quickly. It's just like, oh yeah, not guilty. Moving on. And so I guess.
Can we get the list? Nope.
Can't see it. Sorry. So
thanks, prosecution.
I guess that's it. The sentencing is going to come down in a couple weeks, maybe. I don't know how much longer Diddy's in prison for, but I would assume both counts up to 10 years. There's no way he's going to get 20 years in prison.
No, I had the over-under set at a year.
That or time served.
Yes,
is going to be the question. So yet again, it's a big club full of rich people, and you and I are not in it.
No. A lot of local fireworks shows around the community tonight. Beech Grove firing off their fireworks at Sarah T. Bolton Park tonight. Going to go over and hang out on my mom's front porch. We can watch the fireworks shoot off from there and make a few laps through the park, and we do that every year. I think Whitestown, according to Nigel, has their fireworks show tonight. So a lot of communities doing it on the 3rd. Tomorrow, the big downtown fireworks show, which you can hear, the synchronized music and the talking and the walk up here to 93 WIBC. Where's the Boggs family going to go? You guys do anything?
I think we're going to do the Fisher's fireworks. I heard that they have a really nice setup there. Molly and myself and our dog Ray are going to set up some chairs in the lawn and look toward the north, and hopefully something happens.
Right. And if you live in certain parts of the city, you get to play America's fastest growing game sensation, gunshot or firework. Gunshot or firework. One of my favorite clips that we like to play around this time of year is when friend of the show, Jesse Waters, host of Jesse Waters Primetime on Fox, did a little man on the street poll and talked to some of the brightest minds in New York City about our independence.
What year did we declare our independence?
1984?
Way off.
No, or 1884.
1776.
Okay, yeah, it's still off.
1776. Yes!
1776, wow. Correct. 1984, incorrect.
That's shocking.
Here's Jesse on the streets asking people the name of our national anthem.
The name of our national anthem is?
Isn't it called the national anthem?
It is the Star Spangled Banner.
Very good. Now let's do a little rendition. Are you ready?
Oh, dear.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Was so proudly we hailed by the dawn, or by the twilight. I forget the rest.
Whose broad strides and bright stars through the perilous fight, or the ramparts we watch.
What are those called? What are those?
Lamparts?
Lamparts? Ramparts.
Lamparts. So listen, we've reached the point now where I think we need another great moment in a presidential speech.
Great moments in presidential speeches.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
You ain't black. Great moments in presidential speeches.
Oh, classic Biden never gets old. Now, again, we are off tomorrow, enjoying the birth of our nation. July 4th is a holiday, so no live show. Allison, are we doing a best of tomorrow?
Yep, best of tomorrow, same time, same place.
Okay, so the best of the Hammer and Nigel show tomorrow. Some of our best, or the stuff that didn't suck as bad.
Sure.
Airing from 3 until 7. So this is a segment we normally do on Fridays, but we don't want to deny you guys. Producer Allison put together some of the best sounds of the week for a little montage.
I'm gonna flip out!
Because they have all the things we like. Booze and fat guy food.
Mike Braun's my TikTok. Don't vote for the Zohan.
There's a helicopter that's raging back here.
What are the environmental impacts of alligator Alcatraz?
You've got an accent and I can't understand you.
Might have to start learning with your left.
The stranger. Dad, I'm going out. Put a squirt in his crotch and said I'll be back.
It's kind of fun to go see the pig with the really big balls.
Did everybody think you were like hammered drunk?
Yeah. Well, I had like 8 beers, but that's not going to make me.
That was actually a Senate meeting. That's what it sounds like. There's a lot of people listening to this broadcast right now. This is the last week you're going to have 10 fingers. A little weekend review from producer Allison Matt Bear.
Southbound 65 south side crash between the South Split and Raymond Street. Left lane is blocked. Traffic is stopped, of course, all the way to the North Split because you have construction in there as well. And total delay time to make it from the North Split down to Raymond Street is at 18 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go Harding into the South Split south side. Eastbound 465 before 65 crash clear slow. Back to State Road 37 Harding Street. South side northbound 65 slow from Southport Road up to 465 because of road construction. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Save on top brands like Electrolux, Frigidaire, and more during the red, white, and blue sale at Grand Appliance. Visit grandappliance.com or your local Grand today. That's grandappliance.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, we got 87 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and we're going to play a fun round of Is This Anything next.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1225. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1225. That's 800-777-1225 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off. Select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP $105,195. Nautilus MSRP $60,195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
History returns with the Brickyard 400 at the famed 2.5-mile oval, celebrating NASCAR's roots at the racing capital of the world. Brickyard Weekend starts Thursday, July 24th with the Indiana Sprint Week race, with sprint cars running on the IMS dirt track for the first time ever. Saturday, July 26th, get ready for action with the NASCAR Xfinity Series Pennzoil 250. Then Sunday, July 27th, the NASCAR Cup Series Brickyard 400, presented by PPG, returns to the oval of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Buy now and save at IMS.com.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed. This is a really cool program. It's presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indy. Go to indianaunclaimed.gov. It's free to search. Type in all the information you want to put in there and see if there's some lost money or lost property that belongs to you. Have your parents do it. Have your kids do it. Nigel found some money. Allison, didn't you say you had a little something in there?
I found $40.
Whoa.
There we go. The Attorney General's office, Todd Rokita, the Attorney General, his office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property, money every single week. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. All right, Jeff, I'm going to run these stories by you. You be the judge here. Is this anything? A mom in Arkansas told police officers she gave her 6-year-old daughter 6 weed edibles to discourage her from using marijuana when she got older. Here is a forensic chemist talking about the dangers of this type of parenting.
Most all the products are made for adults, so the dosages are going to be made for the adult body. So first of all, that's definitely going to cause an issue when you're giving it to a smaller body, a small child. It's going to be a higher dose than they could even tolerate. And then also with vaping and edibles, the percent of THC in a lot of the products on the market is much higher than what you would necessarily see in a marijuana cigarette. So again, you've got really high dosages there.
Done anything?
It's horrible. It's ridiculous. What's the thought process? So they won't use it in the future. Here you go.
It's like those 80s movies where somebody gets caught smoking as a teenager and then the parent comes in, here, smoke a whole carton of cigarettes, hoping they'd get sick and never do it again.
Yeah, is there some dad somewhere going, son, 7-year-old son, I don't want you to grow up and go to prostitute, so we're going to bring you to one now. That'll stop you. It's nothing. This is stupid.
Is this anything? I feel like you would be the perfect person to ask this question to. You are a McDonald's aficionado. McDonald's is adding spicy McMuffins to their menu next Tuesday for a limited time. So it's like a normal breakfast McMuffin with their spicy pepper sauce on top. So it makes it hot, makes it spicy. It's the same sauce that comes on their spicy McCrispy sandwich. Is this anything?
I think it's something. And I'm not just an aficionado. I'm the official Hammer and Nigel show correspondent to McDonald's.
Correct.
I believe.
Jeff McBoggs.
Jeff McBoggs. I like that. It's something. Anything McDonald's does, I'm willing to give it a try. They've earned my trust. So, yeah, this sounds good. Good for them. Expanding the menu a little bit. A limited time means that we're going to give it a month. If people like it, they like it. If not, still does not explain why the McRib is not a year-round offering. Still does not explain that.
I'm a McRib fan.
Yeah.
I once competed in a McRib eating contest on Wish TV. Proud to say that I won.
Nice.
Thank you. Is this anything? Chuck E. Cheese is opening a new chain of arcades for adults. The first 10 Chuck's Arcades opened up this past week in shopping malls and shopping centers around the United States. They're basically just scaled down versions of their normal restaurants, but they've got games in there now like Halo, and they also bring some nostalgia games in there like Asteroids and Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think it's something. Listen, as a kid growing up, I remember going to Castleton Square Mall, and the arcade was called Aladdin's Castle.
Yes.
It was so cool. When my mom would give me like 6 quarters and you'd go and play track and field, and if you got really good, you knew to bring a plastic comb, because you could hit the buttons faster. This is really cool to me. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember when Dragon's Lair hit the arcades?
I remember the game, yes.
It had the most incredible graphics you've ever seen in your life, but to this day, no one knows how to play the game. Like, it never made sense. You're not guiding him. You're moving a joystick left or right, and then something would happen. But people are just chucking quarters into it. Like, it was so exciting. I think now if they bring back Gulliga, asteroids, track and field, pole position, I would play pole position.
Prepare to qualify.
Yep, and you have to know on the third left turn, you got to go over the rumble sticks. That saves you time. But
the track management team should be ashamed in pole position. There's always a puddle on the racetrack.
Right, yeah. No, I listen, I'm all for it. Cool for Chuck E. Cheese. Nice going.
Now, I don't believe they're going to have the, robotic band. I hate the fact that was phased out a number of years ago. And it started with Showbiz Pizza. Billy Bob and the gang with Showbiz Pizza. The band was called the Rockafire Explosion. And if you really want to go down a rabbit hole, Jeff, go to YouTube, type in Rockafire Explosion. There's a bunch of people who have bought these things, and they sync them up so they play modern songs. The version of Usher's Love in This Club performed by the Rockafire Explosion, it's the chef's kiss. It's fantastic. It's perfect. It doesn't get any better than that.
You ever think back to COVID? I remember we had a big family reunion right before COVID, and all the kids, we went to Chuck E. Cheese over on 82nd Street. I think ever since COVID happened, maybe people are a little more reserved when it goes to going to places where everyone touches everything.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got into a near fight and got kicked out of the one in Greenwood.
Oh, really?
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models. Approved credit. Plus tax tag title license 199 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432. Tacoma model 7540. 36 months. $29.99 due. Zero security. 10,000 annual miles. 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 7/7.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Downtown Indy's Fourth Fest, presented by UA Local 440 on the Indiana War Memorial Grounds, kicks off with a street party featuring live music, a kids zone, great local food, and more, 6 to 10 p.m. Then fireworks with an amazing grand finale thanks to the Indiana Fever and WNBA All-Star Committee.
The street party is brought to you by Indiana Donor Network and Donate Life Indiana. One organ and tissue donor can save 8 lives and heal 75 more. Sign up at donatelifeindiana.org and talk to your family about your decision.
For more info, go to downtownindy.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What is going on with the spending bill? It's partly cloudy, still 88 here on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 432. The House just passed what's called the One Big Beautiful Bill. House Speaker Mike Johnson says it's all about building on the successes from the first Trump administration.
Remember, at the first 2 years, y'all have heard me say 1,000 times, it's objectively true. We had one of the greatest economies in the history of the world, and we're going to do that again, except this time much more comprehensively. We did tax cuts and regulatory reform, and that brought about a resurgence of the U.S. economy. That's what's going to happen here. It's about to happen on steroids.
It was a pretty close vote, 218 to 214. Democrats really tried to slow things down with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries even speaking on the House floor for 8+ hours. President Trump is expected to sign the bill tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. A well-known boxer from Mexico is going to be deported. Here's Fox's Joe Morgan.
Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and is being processed for expedited removal from the United States. According to the Department of Homeland Security, Chavez, a Mexican citizen, has an active arrest warrant in his home country for his involvement in organized crime and trafficking firearms, ammunition, and explosives. Chavez entered the U.S. legally on a B-2 tourist visa, but he stayed past its expiration date of February 2024. He is also believed to be an affiliate of the Sinaloa cartel. Chavez was arrested in Studio City, California on Wednesday, days after the former middleweight champion lost a boxing match against Jake Paul. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
Indiana just landed a huge $6 million grant to boost registered apprenticeships. This is all about opening up a clear path to high-paying, in-demand careers for Hoosiers. Governor Mike Braun says these dollars are key to modernizing the American workforce and keeping Indiana's leadership in workforce innovation. These programs combine on-the-job training with classroom instruction, strengthening the state's talent pipeline, and giving businesses the skilled workers they need. There are thousands of active apprentices right now, which put Indiana way up front nationally. Wall Street is closing, so it's time for your WIBC Closing Bell Report. At the closing bell today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped up by 344 points to 44,828. The S&P 500 rose by 51 points to 6,279, and the Nasdaq gained 207 points to 20,601. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:35.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. More fiber?
What?
Down here, buddy. It's me, your spoon. Constipation with belly pain still coming back?
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, but Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
With traffic, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, the north split's beat up. We're looking at southbound 65 at Meridian as you enter the north split. Left lane closed because of a stall in traffic. Is stop and go back to 21st Street. Westbound 70 is stall on the exit to southbound 65-70. This is in the north split again going westbound to southbound, and there's a disabled vehicle on that exit ramp. Traffic is slow back to rural Keystone Avenue. Once you're through the north split, you will be stopped all the way down to Raymond Street. Okay, that's a construction delay. Southbound 65-70, north split to the south split, then slow to Raymond. Eastbound 70 jams up after Tibbs Avenue into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors from 1951 Cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mainly clear and muggy tonight with lows near 70. For Independence Day, mostly sunny skies, hot and humid with highs in the lower 90s, and will stay into the lower 90s for Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, a few spotty showers and thunderstorms possible into the afternoon. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
It's the 4th of July. So you're going to tell me that you don't have no black cats, no Roman candles, or screaming Mimis? No. Oh, come on, man. You don't got no lady fingers, buzz buttles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doo-dahs, crap flappers? No. You're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling holes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters?
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Happy birthday, America. 249 years old tomorrow. I'm Jason Hammer. Jeff Boggs is here. And normally, I solicit for the folks to jump to our YouTube and give us the amount of likes we need to get to 100. Today, I want to do a little something different. I want 76 likes.
Ooh,
in honor of 1776, the shirt that we've got here at the Hammer and Nigel Show merchandise store. And the fact that this country, we've got our faults, but I'll take it over anywhere else in the world. I want 76 people to go to the WIBC YouTube chat. We've got cameras. You can see Jeff Boggs in his Late Show with Dave Letterman shirt, his IU hat. I've got my patriotic gear on today, complete with bandana and jacket, the merch store shirt. Jump in and give us a thumbs up. I don't know what that would get us to in terms of a number, but I just want 76 people. 76. If you're proud to be an American and you don't give a damn